We begin with Sienna meeting with her dad. It's his first time coming to see the property, and he's super excited to check it out. He's super excited for her, and she's also excited to show it off to him. They head inside, but unfortunately, the power has been turned off because she hasn't paid her bills yet. And so they sort of look around a little bit. She explains to him some of the work that she's done so far. And he's like, oh, I see. Not bad, not bad. And he's like, but you know, I know a great guy who can give you a great deal on some tiles. And she's like, tiles? He's like, yeah, you should have a nice carpet in this room, and you should have better tiles in the kitchen and all this kind of stuff. So he's giving her some advice about what he thinks she should do. And he's calling his people and asking them, hey, can you give me a good deal? My baby girl is gonna, she has her own place, and she's thinking about doing some remodeling, and you know, he's able to get a pretty good deal for her, so she's happy about that. But she's just sort of standing there just like awkwardly, just like looking at him and watching him, and she's like, it'll work out. And he's like, it'll work out in the I can't speak right now. And he's like, I got the deal, basically. And she's like, yes, thanks, Dad. Okay. So they head outside to have a little chat, and he gives her a little bit more advice about what he thinks that she should do. Of course, this is a wonderful neighborhood, and he likes the neighborhood a lot. He thinks it looks pretty safe. He thinks it's good enough for his daughter, and so he approves of that. But he also gives her some ideas about what she can do in terms of landscaping, which she hadn't really thought about before.
Oh, Humba.
Okay, so I did a little bit of making some money, like in the meantime. Instead of, it gets kind of repetitive to show that every single playthrough. But since she has made a little bit of money, we'll go ahead and get her bills settled for today. She'll pay her bills, get her electricity turned back on, and she'll also make her loan payment. Very good, very good. And you may notice this time the audio is pretty good. Yes, I think I finally figured it out. The main purpose of today, or I guess this period of time while she's waiting for the big meeting to see if she'll be able to be in the running for adopting the baby, is to try to find somebody to talk to. But as you'll see, it's not easy. So this guy just straight up ignores us. And I know in some people's like Let's Plays or whatever, they'll be very, I don't know, aggressive in trying to get people to talk to them. But for me, if a person indicates that they don't want to talk, then I just say, forget it. So Sienna wants to try to meet somebody. So she heads to a local, like, public area, which I guess is just like a little, I don't know what you call this, a lounge with a pool. And it was pretty hot today. She was in her summer clothes earlier, and it was like a heat wave. So we're just going to have a swim, cool off a little bit, and see who we can meet. I think that Sienna would be the kind of person who's like, who grew up doing these types of things, because again, her family, I'm not going to say that they're like incredibly wealthy, but they're well off enough, you know, that she would have had experiences doing these types of things. Extensive enough, you know. I learned how to swim in high school, but it was just like one course, or one semester or something, like my freshman year, like in my health class or something like that. So it wasn't really extensive, and I still don't know how to swim now. Okay, so I decided that the first single guy, young adult, that comes in is going to be who we talk to. And by chance is Johnny Zest. I don't necessarily want her to get with him because I play with him way too often and it's just kind of boring. But that's what I told myself to do. So we're going to try to talk to him and we'll see how it goes. Okay, so she's selling at the bar. And you'll see this, it's like a total clam bake here. The guys who show up, there are more women who show up than guys. That was the first problem. And then the second problem is the guys who did show up otherwise were either like adults or already married or something else like that. But she's just sort of trying to get to know him a little bit. Hopefully it'll work out, but nope, he just walks off. Everybody just walks off. It's so rude. While she's here, though, we are going to try to do something that we don't normally do. So she's at a bar, and, you know, she's old enough. So she's like, you know what? I'll have a drink. Actually, technically, she's not old enough because she's supposed to have just finished high school. But the game says she's old enough, so we'll say she's old enough. I don't know. Maybe the age of adulthood is 18 here. Okay, so she's going to have herself a little drink. And, you know, there's not really any guys here, but, you know, there's this lady who's here, and her kid is here. And, you know, Sienna's just kind of like, well, you know, maybe it would be useful to meet a mom, you know, because I want to be a mom. So, she decides that she'll try to get to know this lady and her family. And I have a soft spot for Jenna because she's like mom, because in another Let's Play that it's not a Let's Play, but another like playthrough, this is, you know, a personal playthrough that I have been playing for quite a while now. She's the mom of one of my character's husband, basically. So it's like, oh, and then there's Mickey there as well, and then there's Baby for some reason. It's just some random baby at a bar, you know, at a lounge. It's like, I can't see what time it is right now, but I'm sure it's late. I don't get this game sometimes. But anyway, she's just here. She's trying to get to know some people. This old lady kept wanting to talk to her, so, you know, I don't think, my personality is, hey, old lady, I'm not here for you. But I think Sienna is polite. She's a good girl, so she would, you know, engage in polite conversation with anybody who struck up a conversation with her, unless it was kind of a person who scared her a little bit. And I'm seriously trying to talk to people, but they just keep exiting the conversation. But I think, you know, they could be friends. They could be friends. And I'm still like kind of weirded out by this baby. The baby's just there, and he's so cute. The toddlers in this game are adorable, and I can't help but like look at the toddler. But I'm trying to focus on the conversation. And it's just so weird to just have a baby there. I don't know if you all are having the same kind of problem in your game, but it's really quite unfortunate that you'll just be on any lot, including your own lot, and some people, a whole family will just show up, and they'll just come in your house, and they'll just be there. And it's like, this is not normal. But anyway, here's Kato. His dad. Hi, Dad. And I didn't realize, but this is their baby, I guess. Because the baby has the same last name, and, you know, Kato's tending to her. So I guess they adopted a baby, which is sweet. But why is your baby here? Why was your daughter here? Taku was there too. He was like in the front. I noticed him when I was looking around a bit. But so yeah, I think that's just an instance of like I don't know why that is, but it could be a mod. I don't know, but that happens every single time I play this game. No matter what playthrough, a family will just show up. But anyway, she's having a good time talking, but it's getting kind of late, so she's gonna head home. But she met a nice family, so... Oh, she's stuck. Okay. She met a nice family, so that's good. Alright, so it's the next day, I believe. And as promised, those tiles were delivered. So she'll be spending the afternoon doing some installations. She'll be putting the tile in the little... how do I call it? In that space, the wood tiles in the living space, and the carpet tiles in the bedroom. And she's also considering what she wants to do with the landscaping, because as you can see, the lot is really, really big. Like, it's actually nice, like a nice size. And, you know, her trailer is so small, but for her, she thinks it's perfect. It's so cozy. But her dad wants to get those trees removed, and he wants her to build a place. Like, he thinks that she can make an actual, like, building there. And so he wants to help her get started with that, but she refused any money from him. But she can appreciate his ideas. She definitely appreciates his ideas. And she's been eating at this little place here because she doesn't have anything to eat at home, and I don't want her to have necessarily only quick meals all the time. So she's feeling a little famished. So while her business is open, I'll have her go get something to eat. And this kid keeps coming, and they're basically the same age, and I would really like to mack it to him, but we can't because he's only coming as a customer, and I can't talk to him unless he's not a customer, and it's really frustrating because I really want her to talk to him. Okay, so this guy over here also I think is a young adult. It's difficult. I've had playthroughs where I've tried to get with mail carriers before, but they're kind of difficult to play with as NPCs, so I've noticed that you have to make them not a mail carrier anymore. Okay, so we have Mom trying to make a friend. And of course, Sienna's going to be like, Mom, please make a friend. Please just have anything to focus on other than me. Please have some joy that you can find in your life. So please go hang out with that lady and have a good time. Alright, so we're going to have a burger. And then it's right back to business. So these are not selling for a lot of money. They're all less than like 300, which I think is pretty appropriate for, I don't know, the situation. I don't want her to make too much money from this. Oh, maybe this means he'll come over. I think I kind of looked for him a little bit, but I don't think he actually did come over. But that would have been nice to see him, because she hasn't seen him. Like, for her, it's like, okay, I need to see my brother every day. But she didn't see him, like, at all. Like, I think the day before, maybe. So, it's kind of sad when she's not with her brother. Lots of kids in the neighborhood, but no men. I mean, this guy's married, too. She's not that kind of girl. Not to say that, you know, I don't know, to each his and her and their own, right? But, like, she's not that kind of person. And not to say that she wouldn't go for an adult, but I think for her, she's so young. Like, even though she's supposed to be a young adult, no, what am I trying to say? The game makes you choose a young adult, but technically she's like 18 or 19 years old. Like, she's fresh out of high school, so it would be kind of a bit much, a bit of a stretch to be with an adult, you know, and people who already start to have lines on their face. It's like, I'm pushing a decade. And I don't have lines on my face yet, so I'm thinking, yeah, no. Yeah, no. Alright, so we couldn't sell that last painting, which was unfortunate, but it's alright. We're going to go out and try to meet some guys. This time we're going to go back to her. She won't stop. It's so funny. Okay, so we went back to her old neighborhood, and here she is at the Atelier, like, makerspace. And we're going to spend some time here, quite some time, meeting some guys and trying to get some things going for her. You know, do something new for a change, instead of just always being on her lot. And she's been jogging a lot and things like that, so her days were quite repetitive. So I've been skipping ahead quite a bit. I love this. Yes, that is her. That is absolutely her. Thank you, Tina. Tina knows how to read people. Tina's great. Tina has my body type as well, and I love it. I love it. I love how unapologetic she is. Her dead belly is just out. I'm like, yes, girl. Let that sucker breathe. Because, you know, sometimes you be trying to not hide it, but downplay it. And that means you got to put a lot of layers over it, and your belly just starts sweating, and it's really inappropriate. So I appreciate Tina's style, and I appreciate Tina's body shape. Okay, but, okay, Kohei is here. Okay, and we are trying to mack it to Kohei. Hey, Blaine! Oh, he's going home. Okay, well, bye. Love you. Bye. I'm trying to get with somebody anyway, so it's not the right time. Bye. See you next time. And he flirty, too. And this guy's here as well, the guy who was looking for his knees. I want to try to talk to people, but it's really difficult. Everybody's just, like, all over the place in this game. Like, having conversations in this game is, like, just so difficult. It's like, if you just play the game and you're just building skills and stuff, then you're fine. But, like, once you start actually trying to, like, life simulate this game, it's like, oh my god, it's all over the place. Okay, but it looks like they're having a good chat, and nobody's joining their conversation, which is good. That's also a common problem with this. When people just jump into your conversation, it's like, I know you see I'm trying to mac. If you don't ABC your way out of this conversation. Alright. And things are going pretty smooth. They're not, like, rejecting each other's, like, interactions, which is good. What was that heart back there with this guy? What's this lady's name in the game? Jasmine Beater? I can't remember her name. But aren't they both, like, married? And isn't this one, like, married to a guy? But I saw a heart just now. What are they doing?
Chimareja bean slawfish.
I'm trying to get some hearts on with this guy. I find his outfit so adorable. I think that Sienna would too. That's why she's interested in him. Hello. Oh no, he's yelling at her in the back here. What the? And my character's not doing anything. That tends to happen when I have it on tab, which is unfortunate because, you know, again with the storytelling. I really wish they would stop freezing like that. Okay, so here she goes. Let's see if he's interested. Oh, there he goes. Yeah, he's liking it. He's digging it. And then she just immediately yawns. No, she's tired. But that's really rude to do after somebody accepts your flirty text. You know, just like yawn like right in their face. Like, what? It's the ultimate neg. I hate that word. I hate it, but it's so appropriate. Okay. And now he's just gonna walk off, isn't he? Why did we stop talking? Okay, there it goes. Okay, well over here I might as well get some food. And I also want to talk to this guy and ask him if he saw his niece around. This is a nice looking lady too. She has nice hair. There's Kato. There's Pow Pow. Okay. Okay, so let's talk to this guy. Or let's not. Okay, well I guess, okay, so much for that. Speed this up a little bit. I guess she wants to just like sit down and have her burger and like rest for a minute, which I mean, I don't blame her. Like realistically, if you're that tired, you probably would go have a seat. Okay, so, but it's annoying that that it doesn't queue up. And while we're here, we might as well mag it to Marcus Flex. Okay, we gotta play the field a little bit. Kohei, his back is turned. He ain't gonna see this. We haven't committed or anything yet, right? Okay. Whose voice is that? Oh, this room it has little paint tables for kids. So. Oh, he seems into it. Even though it's very uncomfortable. Why are you guys so awkward with each other? I wonder if they have anything in common. I think Marcus Flex like obviously likes to work out. Even if you don't just look at him, he's part of that powerhouse club or whatever. And I think he's like non-committal or like not unflirty. Maybe flirty and non-committal. I can't remember his traits. I don't really play with him very often. Yeah. Kiyoshi fly. Like Kiyoshi got like a nice style and everything. And sometimes I mistake him for a young adult. I need to stop doing that. Because he's just a teen. He doesn't look like one. Okay, let's see what we got going on here. So, there are some things that she can do here. And my original like intention of placing this place down was that she could come here and like learn some techniques and, you know, try to figure out what kind of business she wants to start. I think this is a good place to go to get some kind of inspiration for like what we could possibly do. And Supriya's pregnant. She is so pregnant. There's no light in here, so you can hardly see anything. But there's some fabrication things in there, and a recycling thing in there. And I don't know if it's because she's on this lot, but she can compost. Oh, okay, though. She can compost, which is very interesting. I don't know that I knew that was a thing in the game. Again, I'm not like I'm not big on like gameplay. But I thought that was interesting. And everything else canceled, so that's also fun. And there's a baby again. Probably the whole baby. Yeah, that's that lady's daughter, so probably the whole family's here. I haven't seen Arun, though. Hi, Dad. I can't help myself. Hi, Dad. Okay. Alright, well, we can also go dumpster diving. We met a few guys today, and, you know, we got a little bit farther with Kohei, which is great. But, like, while she's here, I think it's a good idea for her to... Not a good idea, I should say, but, like, it's an idea for her to see if she can find some deals here in the trash. Like, she sees this guy, and she's like, what's he doing? Oh, he found something? Okay, well, let me see what I can find. I think She's that kind of person. Like, she just has that kind of personality. Like, okay, well, if you can do it, I can do it too. And she doesn't plan on talking to anybody else for the rest of the night. So if she gets messy, if she gets stinky, that's not going to be such a big deal. But considering what I'd like her to do, I want her to run a small business, like obviously a small business, and like whether or not she is hands-on, she'll have, you know, like one or two or maybe three employees, and each of the employees will be in charge of doing something different. But I want to set it up like a business. So for example, she'll have one person who's working on the marketing materials, and she'll have one person, if it becomes a manufacturer, for example, she'll have one person who's actually doing the production, and then she'll have like a person who's selling them. There's something like that I think would be very good. And like while they're doing that, you know, she's keeping up relationships with her customers and things like that. Entertaining them and things like that. I think that would be pretty cool. But she's also considering what she can do, or what she would do if she does adopt the baby. Because of course the baby is, like, if she's able to adopt the baby, that will change what she wants to do. But at the very least, like her dad said, she should clear the back of the lot and consider making at least a small building. Even if she doesn't live in it, that would be basically the company. Like, she could make, you know, the back just be where she works, and then she'll just live in the trailer in the front. You know, she is not opposed to that idea. So I think that's what I'm going to do with her. But we'll see. We'll see where we go from here, because I don't know. I don't know what would be fun for her. I want her to have fun with whatever it is that I choose, you know, for her to do. So perhaps doing something even more creative where she's more hands-on, you know, might be fun. But it's definitely not going to just simply be making things and selling things. I want to, you know, make sure that there's a good relationship going with her, a good relationship with her customers, and also a good relationship with her employees. Okay, so it is kind of late, so she is going to head back home. And I'd like to thank you for watching. We're going to leave her here and see you in the next one.